You desire an audience with Lord Dromont, do you? I desire a night in a warm bed with my wife, but wishing won't make it so. What do we have here? Letters from Lords Harshavon and Francel, is it? A likely... Oh, you're serious. What to do? Your timing could not have been worse, traveler. Lord Dromont's attentions are focused solely on the stone vigil at present. In any case, it's not my responsibility to escort visitors. Take your letters and show them to... Ser Albios. Yes, Ser Albios can surely accommodate you. Seek her in the storeroom on the opposite side of the yard. Ser Brunadier bade you speak with me, did he? I know not why he presumed I would be in a better position to help, but I assure you that he is mistaken. Lord Dromont hasn't the time to spend speaking with low-ranking knights such as I. However, he always has a moment to spare for head Chirurgeon Astidian. Why not visit the infirmary upstairs and show your letters to him? Are you here to visit a patient, sir? What's this? Letters of introduction from House Fortemps and Hallinart. With documents such as these, you needn't seek an escort. Pray, proceed to the barracks and speak with Ser Grudino. He should know Lord Dromont's current whereabouts. What reason have you for barging into... Oh, I see. Well, you are in luck. Lord Dromont is just up these stairs. Letters or no, though, I would not expect much. House Durandare as a whole does not hold adventurers in high regard. You had best state your intentions quickly and succinctly. Show proper respect, and it shall be returned in kind. Ser Grudino permitted your passage? Very well, speak. You wish to brave a ruined outpost filled with scalekin to secure an airship that may or may not be there. Are you the avatar of the Fury herself? We are the scions of the Seventh Dawn, Lord Dromont. You know our name, and you know our deeds. We are come to Kurthis to slay Garuda, Lady of the Vortex. To that end, we seek the Enterprise, the airship of Master Sidnan Garland, who stands before you now. Master Garland, you're alive? But that's impossible. Indeed it is, my lord. Do not be deceived by their honeyed words. These foreigners are not to be trusted. At this critical moment in Ishgardian society, as House Durandare marshals its forces to retake the Stone Vigil, who should appear in Whitebrim front but 3 mysterious strangers? Sid Garland, missing and presumed dead since before the calamity, and 2 scions of the Seventh Dawn, a defunct band of misfits recently exterminated by the Empire. The lesser houses may have been duped by these grandiose lies, but I should hope that House Durandare would have greater sense. I know not why these 3 seek the Stone Vigil, but I know that we cannot permit them to pass. Thank you for your counsel, Inquisitor. For a moment I nearly believed this mummer's farce. You three will not enter the outpost until we have reclaimed it, and until you declare your true intentions as well. It could be moons before House Durandare purges the dragons from the stone vigil. We cannot afford to wait that long. Cid, Arton, we must do whatever it takes to earn Lord Dromont's trust. Understand? You the lad responsible for that commotion upstairs? Aye, word travels fast in White Brimfront. I gather you still wish to change Lord Dromont's mind. If there's one thing I've learned about the man in my time here, it's that he listens to and respects the opinions of those under his command. Win over the barracks, and he's sure to take notice. How, you ask? That's easy. Serve the poor souls decent fare for a change. The last few supply shipments contained no meat whatsoever, and the knights are rightfully beginning to complain. I'm thinking we could prepare them steaks using mud puppy tail meat. 'Twouldn't be a quality meal, 'tis true, but it'd be a damn sight better than nothing. If you've a mind to lend a hand, why not await a lurking mud puppy in Danifin Pass? And take this bottle of vinegar. Locals say it weakens mud puppies by clogging their mucus glands, drying their skin. It didn't work, did it? I thought it was an idiotic idea. Oh dear, remind me to never wander near mud puppy spawning grounds without a bottle of vinegar. Any road, this should only take a moment. I'll just need to do this, and voila! Never seen a man cook steaks that fast, have you? Take these three and distribute them to the hungry knights here and up above. You there, lad. Don't think I didn't see you and the cook conspiring together. Let me make myself perfectly clear. If you wish to buy my trust with a steak, it would be my pleasure to oblige you. Yes. I feel invigorated, refreshed, as if I have the strength of 10 men and their wits besides. I should have no trouble concocting a new reason to refrain from sentry duty. We ought to at least receive a hearty meal before we march off to die in this god's-forsaken waste. Is that a fresh-cooked steak? Halone's blessings be upon you, my friend. Mud puppy meat or no, it's the most delicious food I've had in a fortnight. Ever must we train to maintain our skill at arms, yet never are we to receive proper sustenance? You are a godsend, my friend. Too few appreciate that House Durandare must do more than its fair share for the sake of Ishgard. It feels wonderful to see everyone in such high spirits. Amazing what good food can do for morale, eh? Yeah, but I've forgotten about the hardworking Chirurgans at the infirmary. So rarely do they take their meals here in the hall. Mind taking the steak to Sonoda? She's doubtless so preoccupied with the health of her patients that she's neglected to attend to her own. Beg your pardon, sir, but I am busy attending to this man. I will be with you in a moment. Is that... Come to think of it, it has been quite a while since I last ate. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to have a nibble. Oh my, this is fantastic! Thank you so much. I'll eat the rest right away. Might I have a word with you, Arton? It concerns the Chirurgans. After speaking with them earlier, I learned that they lack sufficient alembics for their needs, you see. So I used some of their broken equipment to craft a more advanced alembic, both as a gesture of goodwill and as a means to help me recover my memories, since working with my hands kindles familiar feelings. All I require to complete the device are the cores of 3 ice sprites. Though commonly used to reduce the temperatures of alchemical mixtures, there is a way to alter their properties so that they draw the cold within rather than radiate it without. It must sound ridiculous to you, impossible even, yet somehow I know it will work. Have you obtained the cores? If so, please show them to me. What an amazing device! But is it truly an alembic, sir? I've never seen its like before. I too am unsure what to make of this machine. While certainly impressive, I've no idea how to make use of it. Nevertheless, if it is as effective as he claims, it would be a great boon to the infirmary. Think of the medicines we could create, the lives we could save. Even so, I wonder. Ware thee the kindly stranger, bearer of gifts wondrous and strange, for his generosity comes at a cost. Their earnest efforts are but a means to an as yet unknown end. Moreover, you should be wary of associating with individuals who have interfered with the questioning of a suspected heretic. They did what? Bless you, Inquisitor, for coming along when you did. We almost succumbed to the temptation proffered by these unbelievers. Why does that man detest us so? Is it all because we interrupted Lord Francel's trial? Whatever his reasons, he clearly means to oppose us at every turn. Before we can persuade Lord Dromont to help us, it seems we must convince Inquisitor Guillaume that we are not his enemy. But just how might we go about doing that? We know little and less about the good Inquisitor, despite him being such a prominent figure in Kurthus. Perhaps we should learn more by speaking with the people of Whitebrim Front. Share your findings with Alphino in the square. I'm sure he can formulate a strategy from there. Inquisitor Guillaume? Yes, of course, I know him. Alas, I have not seen him since the day he came to Whitebrim Front several moons ago. My memory is somewhat muddled, but I recall that a blizzard nearly buried us in snow that day, and I had the ill fortune of being assigned to the night's watch. While the stronghold slept, we walked the walls and patrolled the exterior in a darkness black as pitch. My route took me outside the eastern gate at one point, where I caught sight of a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city. Thinking it was a wayward traveler, I cried out and gave chase, but slipped and took a terrible fall. When I woke, it was days later in this very bed, where I have lain recuperating from my injuries ever since. I had tried to rescue him, but in the end, Inquisitor Guillaume rescued me, carrying my unconscious body to the gates. I owe him my life, sir, and I hope to one day repay his kindness. Inquisitor Guillaume? I haven't the foggiest of whom you speak. Unbeliever. Aye, we have learned of your deeds at Witchdrop. I will not be party to whatever dastardly schemes you've hatched against the Inquisitor. Away with you! Under Inquisitor Guillaume's watchful gaze, unprecedented numbers of heretics have been unmasked and brought to justice. They say he goes days without sleep, so great is his devotion. Blessed are we to have such a goodly, righteous man to protect us. The Holy See has decreed that the Inquisitors are the arbiters of Hallone's will. They are to be afforded every courtesy and the utmost respect. In case you have yet to notice, my attire is ill-suited to this climate. I realized it soon after our arrival, but paid it no mind, as I had hoped we might find the Enterprise far faster. Instead, we've wasted far too much time meddling in local affairs. Never mind. Our journey is almost at an end. All that remains is to deal with this irksome Inquisitor. Sid tells me you have been busy making inquiries, yes? It should come as no surprise that he is held in high regard. Even so, I am beginning to suspect that he has other reasons for hindering us now. Let us more closely review the testimonials you obtained, Arton. Mayhap they will provide insight into Inquisitor Guillaume's motivations. Something troubles me about that wounded knight's account. He claims he fell chasing a figure in the darkness that he saw outside the eastern gate, yes? But the main road leads to the southwestern gate. Since we've arrived at Whiteburn Front, I've seen no travelers arrive by the eastern gate. Moreover, he said he glimpsed a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city, which would imply that the Inquisitor came from north of the eastern gate, not south. But it cannot be so. That way lies naught but a deep chasm. Assuming Ser Jolat is not misremembering, the Inquisitor's behavior that night makes absolutely no sense, at least to me. Mayhap retracing his steps will shed light on this mystery. You found something, didn't you? Well, don't keep me waiting in suspense. Let's see it. Given the contents of this encyclical, I believe you have just made the acquaintance of the real Inquisitor Guillaume. Newly come to Kurthis and murdered on the day of his arrival. Yes, it would have been a simple thing to assume his identity, for even if he were to behave oddly, who would dare question the wisdom of a palpable appointment? Still, while this is incontrovertible proof that the Inquisitor is an impostor, we have yet to discern his true identity or why he has decided to oppose us. We must proceed quickly, Arton, before he learns that his deception has been discovered. Since Lord Dromont has already been turned against us, I fear that this encyclical alone will not serve to convince him of our claims. But what might persuade a man so quick to disregard the endorsements of two high houses? The cook did say that the Lord listens to and respects the opinions of his knights. If a certain knight were to provide testimony that supports our claim... Yes, mayhap that is the only way left to us. Confront Ser Jolat with the evidence you discovered, and see if it helps him to recall the truth of that night. As a man of faith, he may find it difficult to cope with such a horrifying revelation. Nevertheless, we must do everything within our power to secure the enterprise. Oh, you've returned. Is there something else you wanted to ask? The Inquisitor is an impostor? Don't be preposterous. That could not possibly be true. He is a paragon of virtue, a dedicated servant of the Fury. You would have me believe that is all a lie? If you are so certain that your ludicrous story is true, then go and speak with Ser Pernilla. She was at the Eastern Gate that night, and she helped the Inquisitor carry me here, but I will never speak against the man who saved my life. You! I do not believe I know you, sir. Pray, move along, and trouble me no more. Are you in the habit of handing bloody documents to strangers? Why would you show me such a dreadful thing? I know naught of it. Not at all. You know, don't you? Fury take me, I prayed this day would come. When Ser Jolat gave chase, I followed close behind. He didn't fall. One of those Dravanian abominations lashed out at him, nearly killed him right then and there. I drew my sword and rushed to his side, straining to see the enemy. But what came from the dark was not a beast, but a voice. He knew things about me, about my family, secrets I had never told another. He said that if I kept his confidence, Ser Jola and I would be spared, but if I defied him, everyone I loved would suffer unimaginable horrors before they died. When at last I agreed to his terms, the man came forward. His robes marked him as an inquisitor, but I knew him to be false. Together we carried Ser Jola to the infirmary, and on his first night in Whitebrim Front, Inquisitor Guillaume was heralded as a hero. Soon after came the accusations. Countless men and women of good moral standing seized whilst in possession of draconian rosaries. As I feared, he was condemning the innocent to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Jolmont, wanted to put an end to the madness. But then I would remember the Inquisitor's threats, and so I did nothing. Until Lord Francel was accused. Some time ago, I followed the Inquisitor and found that he kept draconian rosaries in a chest, hidden southeast of Whitebrim Front, so I took several from his chest and planted them in shipments bound for Skyfire Locks. As I hoped, they were discovered and considered evidence of a conspiracy against House Hallinard, thus exonerating Lord Francel and casting doubt on the other recent trials. And that is the entire truth, I swear. Halone, forgive me for not acting sooner. Why do you persist in this folly? I will not grant you 3 access to the stone vigil. Do not make me repeat myself. There had better be a very good explanation for why you were carrying these rosaries. And where did you find this papal encyclical? Fury take me! The Inquisitor is a heretic? Never before have I heard such an unbelievable tale, but this evidence and your testimony could have no other explanation. I have misjudged you and your friends, Arton, and for that I deeply apologize. I will permit you to enter the outpost, but first I must needs beg your assistance. Help me and my knights bring this infernal impostor to justice. That thrice-damned heretic has murdered countless innocents and made a mockery of our laws. Hells take him and his Dravanian allies. I am told he makes for Snowcloak even now, intending to pass judgment upon yet another poor soul whom he has branded heretic. If we hurry, there may still be time to prevent further tragedy. Lend me your strength, Arton. Together let us put an end to this impostor's heresy once and for all.